And this time I'm with Darren of France. France was from the Investor of the Year 2021. Darren, how are you?
Good news, sir.
I am very, very good. It's good to have you on the show with us today.
It's really an honor to be on this particular show. I've watched this so many times, and now I'm part of it.
Yeah, and here you are. So, ladies and gents, for those of you who don't know, I think most of you do know that on last week, Thursday, the 18th of November, we had finally the Investor of the Year. We have been planning it for a full 12 months. And it was a fantastic evening. And I asked Darren just to join us just for a few minutes today to talk about a bit about his journey. And I want to ask him a few questions about his journey. And I want to ask him about his experience on the evening. I can see we're getting quite a few people joining us. Ridwan, good to see you. Ridwan also won one of the categories, the most innovative investor. Good to see you there, Ridwan. And good to see you, Philippe. It's been a while. We'll see who else is going to be joining us. So if you are here for the first time, it says the coffee chat, normally with Andrew and Dave. Dave is sick today, unfortunately. Just like I was sick on Thursday, he's now got the fever. So I guess we're taking turns, eh? And this is all about supporting you as well. So if you have any property questions, please feel free to throw them at us. Clifford, good to see you. I saw Clifford on Saturday morning at the breakfast, the brokerage breakfast here in Edenvale. I hope that was good, Clifford. And what I'll do is, where are we now? The 22nd of November, eh? I was actually looking at a Santa app for my kids, and they've got like a timeline thing on it. So I think there's 32 days left till Christmas. That's crazy. Wow. So yeah, so the kids are getting excited, and there's still a couple of weeks, and there's still some really cool events happening. So let me run through what do those events look like this week, next week. What's happening. There's still the mastermind coming up, the fundamentals, workshops, and all sorts. So I will go through that with you. Dave is still here in spirit, no worries. Daniel, good to see you. I heard you're a bit sick as well. So I think. Let's break your story into two, hey Darren. Let's first, maybe go through, why you got started in property, and the audience. Dan and Ridwan and Philippe and the rest of you. If you have any questions for Darren, feel free to ask them. So I think we'll start off with the why. Why you got started, Darren, and the challenges that you had starting as a property investor, and then I'll run through what events are happening for the week, and then we'll come back to Investor of the Year. So I think, Darren, introduce yourself. Where do you live? What do you do? And why did you get into? And why did you choose property and not bitcoins or stocks and shares or whatever?
So again, thank you to you, Andrew and Dave, and to Sapan, and to everyone that's watching. Good afternoon. So why I got into property? I grew up on the Cape Flats, Tafelsig, specifically, and a lot of people know Tafelsig is synonymous with gangsterism, drugs. It's just overall hectic there. I read a book. I think everyone's journey starts out with a book. I read a book. One of them was Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Then I read another one, and I was like, "Hang on, that sounds very good to be true." And one person introduced me to both these books. I think it was my third job. I read these books, and I was like, "Wow, you can actually make money." But I never knew where to get money besides the bank. And my wife, working in the property industry, she always came home telling me about what's happening, and I thought, wow, this sounds really, really cool. And a few years later, I worked on a strategy. I think part of my journey was, a lot of self-education, looking for, where to find information. I always wanted to speak to people, but I just never could find, that avenue up until this year. That's where everything changed for me. And I just looked. I had the strategy in my mind, put it down, and then all of a sudden, I got my first investment property. And then it kind of knew, okay, this is what I need to do. Got my first investment, flipped it, and then from there it just went
And Darren, how
downhill.
long ago was that? Was that a year ago? Was it 2 years ago? Was it 5 years
So
ago?
so my first flip was end of November 2019.
Okay.
So just under 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and that was um, it was amazing. It was literally we went from the one into the other, and then lockdown happened. And as we got into level 4, I think after that it just went crazy. We got to flip all the other properties
Yeah.
during that.
And, and tell us about your very first flip. How did you find it? Was it an easy flip? Did everything go right, or were there a few lessons learned?
Um, I think the first flip was the most difficult one because everything that could go wrong went wrong. There was a lot of motivation that needed to happen. There was the house in itself was literally a hot house. You could see right through the walls. Everything was vandalized. Um, the only thing um, the only thing that was in that property that was saved was a toilet pot. Um, but
Gutted,
everything was
eh?
gone. Gutted,
Yeah.
absolutely gutted. And yeah, I think that was a good lesson, a very good, very very good lesson.
Sure. And in terms of the builders, the tradesmen, who did you get in? Was it just
So
guys off the
so
street, guys that you knew?
so in terms of coming from Tafelsig, we seldom get those opportunities, and most of my friends were electricians. They knew plumbing, um, they builders, and coming from Tafelsig, there's a myriad of skilled artisans, and all of these people, fortunately, were friends who I roped in. Um, I roped them in. I relied on heavily on my network for the first property, and that's the one thing that I've learned from you guys. The power team. If you can't get into property and not have a power team. It's very
Yeah,
very cool. Um,
exactly.
so so if I don't think if I had access to all of those craftsmen, I don't think that project would have happened
Yeah,
because it was
definitely.
extensive
And
damage.
you talk about a power team, right? So, I mean, there's some people joining us right now that are brand new to property. What do you mean by power team?
So so my power team consists of contractors, so electricians, plumbers, um, what's it,
Your
builders,
attorney, yeah,
attorneys, and
professionals.
I'm literally still doing business with all of the same people that was on with me in my first deal.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant. So they've walked the journey with you through COVID, through all the other flips. Um,
Absolutely.
if you were to give advice to somebody that wanted to get into flipping, what would be one or two of the golden nuggets that you've got for them if they're looking to do their very first flip?
Yeah. The one thing is definitely you need to know your numbers. I always tell agents and whoever I'm dealing with, look, if the deal makes sense to me, if the numbers make sense, um, you know, I'm going to do it. But if it doesn't, if the price is too high, you need to know when you go in. Um, by the time you sign that OTP, you need to be making money when you sign that OTP.
Yeah,
You need to have a good idea of what the market is doing, and at least at what price you need to get it at. So I think those are the
yeah,
things that, and I think the one thing is it's that, but your power team, the people that's going to come in and support you. Those are the two crucial things.
Yeah, exactly. Because I guess if your contractors let you down from a timing perspective, or they do a bad job, you have to redo it. That costs you money, and it just
Yeah,
becomes a big mess.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. But the education. I hope everyone that's listening, that the common thread through everything is the education, because you're not going to be able to know any of those if you don't know what you're doing, and the education is key.
Absolutely, yeah, because and I always say that, Darren, you'll pay your school fees either way, and at least the more you learn, understand what you're doing in
Mm,
life, and in this case in property, the less mistakes you'll make.
exactly.
And we're all going to make mistakes as we grow. The question is, what
Mm,
are those mistakes going to cost you? So I think
mm,
what we'll do, Darren, is let's go into what's happening this week and next week, and let's see who else has joined us. Bisa, good to see you. I see that you've joined us. Bruce Lee, it's been a while. Good to see you as well. Papa Pele, good to see you. Glad you joined us for today. If you've just joined us and you are brand new, this is the Coffee Chat with Andrew and Dave. No, that's not Dave. That's Darren over there. Dave, unfortunately, is down with the fever, the same as I was last week. So, Dave, I hope you get better soon, bud. And we'll see you next Monday, because we will still be running these coffee sessions up until the
mm,
second week of December, which is only, what's about 3 weeks away.
mm.
Can you believe we're almost in December and then the month is closed? But there's still some events happening. For those of you that want to stay motivated, stay in touch. Tomorrow night, Tuesday evening, which is the 23rd of November, I'll be hosting it's called the SA Fundamental webinar, where I go through just some fundamentals. So, Darren, it's what you're talking about. I covered the high level numbers. I talk about, when you're looking at a deal, what type of due diligence should you be looking at? It's just about a 1 hour webinar for those of you that might just want that golden nugget or reinforcement, or you brand new property. There's no cost to it. It starts at 6 p.m. And that is on Tuesday the 23rd with the Property Academy. And the Thursday night, that's actually really cool. And Darren, if you can make it, you must try and make it. I don't think that you joined the last one, the mastermind with the professional members.
No, I'm definitely doing it.
Yeah, so we're
Um,
starting at 6. And that's a good probably hour and a half. Myself and Jade and Dave do that. And
mm,
the purpose of and I took over from Michael a good about 2 months ago. And we've seen quite a bit of traction already, where it's all around accountability and goal
mhm,
setting. Because within the academy and SAP, and we have support webinars, we have these sessions, we have courses. Thursday night, the mastermind is purely about what goal did you set? Did you achieve it? If not, why not? If so, great.
mhm,
Let's think bigger, do bigger things.
yeah,
And if you didn't achieve it, let's dig deep and go, why did you not? And try support. So Thursday night, this Thursday at 6 p.m., calling all professional members. If you're new, you're just watching it and you don't know what that is, within the SA Property Investors Network, the professional membership is our top membership for our VIP clients, where once a month we have a property mastermind where there's investors from all walks of life across South Africa jumping on a call. We actually put them into breakup rooms now, Darren. So it's not just one session like this. We put them into breakup rooms. We have discussions around property and just getting to the next level. So I love those sessions. And then, Leroy Slaver, this Saturday in Johannesburg, a 1-day workshop. This is a live in-person workshop, and this is where there's a lot more things in more detail. So this is where Leroy will spend 30, 40 minutes running the numbers. What is gross yield? What is return on investment? He'll then spend a good 40, 50 minutes going through creative finance. What is seller financing? How does TUF work? How does GPF work? What are all the different ways of you financing your property deals? And he goes through due diligence. So it's a full day, and that's mainly for investors who are either buying their very first property, or perhaps you have a couple properties and you're not doing it right, or you want to just do it better. You want to better yourself. You want to upskill yourself. So that is what's happening this week, ladies and gents, with Leroy on Saturday doing the 1-day workshop with the Property Academy. Just reach out to Alani. You can either email our support email, support@, sapropertynetwork.com, or support@thepropertyacademy.com. So the academy is .co.za, or just click on the link and you can join us on Saturday. So that's tomorrow night, the fundamentals. Thursday is the mastermind, and Saturday is the workshop. Okay, so a minute ago, I was busy interviewing Darren Francis, who won the Investor of the Year 2021. Let me know in the chat box. Who was there on Thursday night? Who all joined us? Clifford, did you go there? Unfortunately, I mean, after 1 year of promoting it, I could not make it, which was a real shame. And just because I came down with the fever and couldn't get there, but it just showed how the team stepped up, and Dave did a fantastic job, and Sadishi did a fantastic job, and so did the whole team pulling off the event. You know, we had Absa Bank in the room, Tal Africa in the room, Private Property in the room, Bruno Sumau, Intergen, Uber Home Loans, with all the big corporates in the room with us to help us celebrate. And we had some really cool one-up winners. I mean, most growth was run by Darren, so well done to you, Darren. And Ridwan, you won the most innovative. You knew, hey, you're the first one to enter. I could tell by looking at Ridwan's eyes. He was like, I've got this. I'm going to win this. So, Ridwan, well done to you, hey? Then we had Nomakosi winning the beginner category, which is fantastic. So, well done to Nomakosi. And Molalo winning big leagues. I don't think people really know what Darren's actually won. And I'll also just get Dave to bring Darren back on, because I want to talk to Darren about his Investor of the Year experience as well as what he won. Does everyone know what he won? Let me know, ladies and gents. Do you all know what the main prize was? Let's just see what people say. Let's see. Okay. So we'll get Darren back on. I see he just dropped off there. No problem. We'll get Darren back on. Darren won, just to let you all know, right? He won a 3-night trip to Vic Falls, all expenses paid, for 3 nights, and he's going on excursions, helicopter rides, balloon rides, going in the animal park, and he's just going to, him and his missus are going to go, and they're going to support each other and have an absolute awesome time, which is great. So that's what Darren's won, and some of the other prizes were iPads and just holiday vouchers and cash prizes by Intergen. So we have also now announced the next date. It's going to be in May 2023. We're going to give it 18 months from now till then. So make sure that all of you are doing deals. If you missed this year's cutoff, or you want to instance the next one, Dave and I will give you details in January, February, how you can enter into the next deal. As you all know, so moving on from that, as you all know, Dave and I did take an interest rate bet, and interest rates did go up, as you all know, 0.25 or 25 point on Friday. So interest rates have gone up. Give me your thoughts on that. What do you think about interest rates going up? Clifford, let me know. Redwan, Philippe, what are your views on interest rates going up? Let me know. Let's see what everyone's views are with interest rates going up. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Let's see who else is here. Rami, good to see you there. Rami says, good afternoon from Israel. Rami, good to see you there, all the way from Israel. Malcolm, good to see you there, Malcolm. Redwan. Okay. There we go. Let me see. So if we can't get Darren on, Redwan, I might bring you on live with me now. Okay. So Redwan, just liaise with Dave. And if I think Darren's having internet connections, which is a pity because I really wanted to bring him up for the main Investor of the Year. But we'll see if Redwan can come live. So Donna says interest rates are up. It is going to happen anyway. Of course, I agree with you. It is going to happen. Her issue tells us so. Tabisa says it's about time. Okay, Gerard says good thing for investors. Rates going up is good. Expected. This is expected. Yeah. So it's expected. Who can guess what is going to go up by the end of next year? I know Dave now took a bet. He's I think out at 8.25. Donna, what do you think interest rates will go up by next year? By December next year? Clifford says it's been a long time coming. We just have to factor the interest rates in our models, absolutely. So when we're running the numbers and we, doing a projection of the next year, we're going to take out a 100% bond. Are we working at 7%, 8%, 9%, 10%? We know interest rates are now going to climb. Okay, Nico's saying he's expecting some more stock and interest rates will be 9% in December. Okay, so Nico, explain to everyone why you think there's going to be more stock. Let us know why you think there's going to be more stock in the market. Okay, so a lot of people on 8-9%. Let's see what Donna's got to say. I think we're all going to be fairly close. It's going to be around that number. I can't see it being 10% or more. I think it's going to still be below the 10%. Donna, guessing it should be around 8.5, maybe 9%. Okay. Papela, Reserve Bank is having a difficult time controlling inflation. So it is an indication that we can't trust the money value. Nice one, Papela. Okay. Okay, people start battling to repay bonds as it goes up. Absolutely, because there's quite a few good tenants who can afford the bonds. I don't think they'll feel the squeeze too much at the 25 basis points, but when it gets back to 9, maybe 10%, that's when people will start struggling, unfortunately. And also tell me, guys, myself and Dave have been jumping on the call every Monday for the last year. Yes, it's been an odd Monday we've had to miss for life reasons. Are you all enjoying these Monday chats? Can you let me know as my audience, my friends, my clients, my students, is there anything else that you guys want to see on these coffee chats? Would you like to see more interviews? Would you like to see more, what do you call it, special interviewees, corporates, partners like Uber Home Loans, ABSA, Intergens? Let myself and Dave know in the chat box now. What do you want to hear more about? Is it more about the economy? Let me know. Because what I'm thinking of doing for the next few weeks is actually getting some of the winners of the Investor of the Year. We had Darren up. We're chatting nicely to Darren. I think he's struggling a bit. I know Ridwan can maybe join. And then what I will do for the next few sessions, I'll bring them on. But let myself and Dave know what else you guys want to hear about in these coffee chats. Nokutula, Andrew, you just could email Alani. So just email Alani at thepropertyacademy.co.za. Okay, Nokutula. Okay, we're lucky. We got 2 Bs on the line. Ridwan. Okay, I'll bring Ridwan on first. How are you, Ridwan?
Hi, Andrew. Good, thanks. And yourself?
No, I'm very good, thanks. And thanks for joining us with Darren today.
No problem. It's an honor to be here with Darren and yourself. We really missed you on the evening.
Yeah, thanks, man. I was gutted I couldn't be there. But hey, it shows we've got something big going, hey, and I'm glad that the show still goes on. And that event isn't about me anyway. It's about you guys. So, I mean, I think Ridwan, introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? What do you do? What category were you going for? And what was your experience?
Okay, so hi everyone. I am Ridwan Basa. I am a professional property investor from Cape Town. I am an Airbnb expert, and I entered in the innovative category. My main innovation was the fact that while I was in hospital for 29 days and on oxygen for a further 1.5 months, my Airbnb business was still running completely independent of me, thanks to the smart strategies and systems that I put into place. And then from there, I managed to grow from having nothing to, in 1 year, I have now 7 Airbnb units, as well as a student accommodation, potential development running, and also I've just been offered another further 7 Airbnb units in the city center in Cape Town. So that's where I am at now, and yeah, Darren and I might be doing some wonderful things together as well. Us Cape Townians were actually met before the Investor of the Year event. Had a nice chat, built a relationship, and good friendship is forming out of that as well. I think the Cape Townians are coming for you guys there, Andrew.
I know, and Dave pointed it out. The first winner was Cape Town, then it was Bloemfontein. Now it's back to Cape Town. And I'm always like, "Come on, Joe Burgers, where are you? Like, why aren't we smashing it here?" So yeah, well done to you guys, man. Two categories. Yeah, and I guess now Ridwan, it's you wearing that trophy for the most innovative category, taking that forward to the next one and being an ambassador. And what's your advice for somebody wanting to get into the whole Airbnb or rent-to-rent strategy? What would your number one piece of advice be?
Just get started. Right, get the education down, like I did through the Sapper network. Networks change your life. I joined the Sapper network knowing nothing about property, and a year later, I've mentioned where I've got to now, and that's very much thank you to the network. So my advice would be get the education going. Sapper has some great courses going, and coaching as well. But the number one thing is to just start, to just go for it and do it. You might knock your head a bit more. I think Darren has mentioned this. You'll make some mistakes, but it also helps you grow and learn a lot faster.
Mm. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ridwan. That's great. And I mean, we'll be seeing you on all the coffee chats, eh?
For sure.
Okay, Laka, thanks, man. So we got Darren back. He was the overall investor of the year. Darren, just talk to us about your experience on Thursday night. How was Thursday night? Who was all there? The network was there, like Ridwan was saying. Did you do some networking? Were you expecting to win Investor of the Year? Just talk about the experience.
So, firstly, let me start off by apologizing. I don't know, technology gremlins got me, but I'm back. So on Thursday evening, it was quite. It was a very nice event. I must say, very well put together. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I got to meet some of the guys who you literally see um, on YouTube, on Facebook, guys doing amazing things. You got to meet them, and like Ridwan said we met previously, but on Thursday night, being at the Investor of the Year was absolutely amazing. Amazing. And I think anyone who's thinking of joining the network, Sappin, you won't be sorry. The education is next level. You're not going to get this anywhere else. And expecting to win. To be honest with you, I'm still in disbelief, Andrew. I'm still in disbelief that I've won the Investor of the Year, let alone my category. I was so emotional on Thursday evening. It was. Wow. I think that was what dreams are made of. And it's just testament to what you guys are doing at Sapin. Changing lives. Putting people on a different path. And I think my life has changed for the good forever. The amount of doors that's opening, the connections, just the mere fact that you get to connect and network with industry experts. Unfortunately, Dave wasn't there, but you get to meet so many people, which is absolutely amazing. And thank you to you guys again.
Absolutely, and they say it's who you know, right? And it's who they know, and that's the power of the network. And you can't actually put a price on that. So I'm super excited about the next one. You probably heard I was talking to the team this morning, and we're actually looking at making it around every 18 months. Give the investors more time to go out there and do deals. And the next one we're looking at is actually around May next year, which is awesome. Not May next year, 2023. But look, in January, February next year, we'll be giving you a whole bunch of information. We're actually going to be changing up 2023. We're going to be introducing new categories. We're going to be changing categories. We could even be splitting it up into two different events. We're going to make it fun. We're going to get entertainment. We're going to take this. My view, boys, is you're always going to take it to the next level. Take what you got. How do you make it bigger and better? So the next one's going to be huge, and I can't wait. And so I think we'll see how we get on with that one. But guys, I think we're coming towards the end. I still want to run through some of the events. So please, what's one last piece of advice, Darren, you'd like to give the audience today?
So, especially coming from where I come from, you know, I think it's important for people to one to understand my story, and two to be able or being linked with what's happened. It has changed my the way I think, the way I do things. It has changed it forever. And just being connected with this network has been phenomenal. My encouragement for people like me, that didn't know much, that has the hunger to strive for better things, to change their circumstances. Connect with Andrew, with Dave, and let them help you. Join SAPN so that you can change the course of your life. Because literally, people say money is wealth. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. Money is just a secondary thing. Knowledge is true wealth, and once you have the knowledge, you can change your life and the lives of people around you. So join SAPN. Please do. It's gonna change your life.
Awesome, Darren. Thank you so much, and I'm sure we'll be hearing more about you. I was chatting to Darren today about our SAPN Youth Initiative that we want to, launch in Cape Town, and Ridwan will talk to you about it as well to see how our Cape Town investors can get behind the youth out there in Cape Town. But we'll give you more information about that later on. Ridwan, what's one last thing you'd like to leave the audience today?
Firstly, I'm also part of that youth category, by the way, for a few months still. Um,
Nice, only
um,
15 months.
um, so yeah, I gave the advice on starting again. That just starting, that's the number one thing, and then also the cliche of your network is your net worth is it's definitely true. As you can hear, both Darren and myself have mentioned how being part of the SAPA network has changed our lives for the better. So definitely, your network is your net worth. And joining a network like this, you can't go wrong.
Awesome. Absolutely. There we go, guys. Ridwan and Darren from the Investor of the Year. Ridwan winning the most innovative category, and Darren winning social change and overall Investor of the Year. Darren, I'm sure you'll enjoy your prize quite nicely. Going to Vic Falls for 3 nights. Hey, all expenses paid. It was well worth it, eh?
Thank you so much. It's my wife is looking forward to it. She's asking me every day, "Are you sure you want all of that?"
That's so cool.
So
That's so cool. Now, well done, guys. Okay, we'll see you all soon. I'm going to quickly wrap up the events for today, and then we'll put a bow in it, like Dave McGlashan says. So, what's happened this week? Tomorrow, Tuesday the 23rd at 6 p.m. I will be hosting just a 1 hour, maybe 1 hour 20 minutes. It's the last webinar I'm doing of the year in terms of the fundamentals of property investing. So, if you sat there, you're brand new, or you just wanted to see if you can pick up some nuggets from myself, it's Tuesday the 23rd at 6 p.m. It's a free webinar where I'll take you through a journey of just the aspects you need to know about positioning deals, financing deals. Is it a good or bad deal? I run through quite a lot in that hour. So please register for that event. It's with the Property Academy. Then Thursday night is the SAPN Professional Mastermind. So myself, Dave, and Jane will be running that, the three of us. Again, 6 o'clock. It could go up to 2 hours because there's a lot of us, and that's purely around goal setting. Did you reach your goal? If not, why not? If you did, fantastic. Let's set a new goal for next month. And that's to give the momentum and to keep pushing you forward. So for all the professional members of the SA Property Investors Network, make sure you do join. Make sure you do give us your comments before if you need to. And then the workshop. There's 2 more workshops left of 2021 in terms of one-day workshops. One is in Joburg this Saturday, and the other is in Durban on the 4th of December. So this Saturday is run by Leroy Slaver from 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Again, you may be sat there going, geez, I've bought no properties, or you've got 2, 3, or 4 properties and you're just getting stuck. You're not doing it right, or you're not sure, and you want to ensure that you're setting yourself up correctly for 2022. Ensure you do join Leroy Slabber this Saturday. Alani at the Property Academy can help you out. Her direct email is Alani, A-L-A-N-I-I, so Alani, at thepropertyacademy.co.za. Or there'll be a link somewhere there in the chat box where you can book directly or you can speak to Alani, one of the two. So those are 3 events for this week. And the next week, we have a support webinar on the Tuesday night for all the TPA students. But I'll touch base with you on Monday. Dave will be back by then. We'll invite another one of the Investor of the Year winners up on the coffee chat. And that is it, ladies and gents. All have a great week. We've got a few more weeks of events. So let's start getting prepared now for next year, for 2022. And all have a great Monday and a good week. And I'll see you next Monday.